Good evening and greetings from Singapore. I'm Sharon from Sateri. First of all, let me thank ITMF for inviting me to speak at this event. I shall now share my screen to go into my presentation proper. So today my topics is on the beyond linear economy, accelerating innovation to scale circularity. But before going into that, let me introduce you to know more about Sateri. Sateri is a member of the RGE group. So I'll start with a quick introduction of the RGE group of companies. RGE is headquartered in Singapore with operations in Canada, China, Brazil, and Indonesia. Its assets are more than US dollars 20 billion, and its group of companies provide jobs to over 60,000 people globally. The RGE group of companies are in three main sectors, namely fiber, palm oil, and clean energy. The RGE group of companies are closely integrated, even as each company is independently managed. This slide actually shows how Sateri's viscose value chain looks like. Our sister companies, Bracell in Brazil and April in Indonesia, manage sustainable and renewable plantations. And they manufacture dissolving wood pulp that are then sold to Sateri in China to make into viscose and yarn. Now, with such integration, we have the advantages in the following areas. One, innovation. Integration enables knowledge sharing and practical collaboration to jointly pursue technology-based innovation for the industry. Two, quality. Integration allows us to have full control over product quality down to the raw materials and the ability to fix any issue quickly and accurately. Three, scale. Integration allows ease of scaling up from lab through to pilot phase and right up to industrial scale production, driving real impact in the industry. Four, stability. Integration allows us to manage our supply chain risk better and enhance our productivity, thereby increasing our competitiveness and customer satisfaction. Last but not least, traceability. Integration provides our downstream customers and end consumers with greater supply chain visibility that they desire. As a privately owned business, we take a long-term view of our operations. And with the long-term growth strategies, it enables us to withstand short-term fluctuations better, even in these times of the pandemic. On to a closer look at Sateri now. We have 5 viscose mills in China with a total capacity of 1.4 million tons per annum, making us currently the largest viscose producer in the world. We have a state-of-the-art mill, and we also recently entered into the lyocell market, both of which are also located in China. Sateri adopts a three-pronged approach to sustainability. We benchmark ourselves against stringent policies, international best practices, and certifications. We actively engage in dialogues with multi-stakeholders and form partnerships where relevant to advance our sustainability causes. And we disclose our activities and performance so that we can be held accountable for our actions. These are Sateri's certifications, from sourcing to manufacturing to product excellence, many of which should be familiar to you. In addition to certification standards, Sateri also benchmarks against best practices like the Higg Index and the European Union Best Available Techniques. And our viscose mills outperform the industry average in the areas of total sulfur recovery rates, energy consumption per unit product, and fresh water consumption per unit product. We also actively participate in dialogues on various global platforms. We are not just members of some of these organizations, but are also deeply involved in their working groups. For example, the ZDHC MMCF Guidelines Working Group, the Steering Committee of the Textile Exchange MMCF Roundtable, as well as the work streams of the UNFCCC Fashion Charter. Now, moving into my presentation topic today, circularity has been the buzzword in the last decade. As we all know, there is no lack of fiber innovation in the market, but many have not moved beyond proof of concept to industrial scale production. And until that happens, we are still a long way from sustainable fashion. Now, Sateri does not pursue circularity for circularity's sake. That is why we are not in the race to be the first in the industry to launch the next generation fiber and then just stop at pilot trials or capsule collections. Rather, we are committed to advance the next generation fiber and closed-loop manufacturing solutions. So at last year's Textile Exchange Conference in Vancouver, through the RGE Group, we announced a $200 million investment in next generation textile fiber innovation and technology, specifically in the areas of alternative cellulose feedstock and clean manufacturing solutions. The investment is allocated into 3 areas: 70% in scaling up proven clean technology in fiber manufacturing, 20% in bringing scale production to commercial scale, and the remaining in R&D in emerging frontier solutions. A progress report on what we have done this past year is underway, and we hope to publish it before the year end. So on the recycled fiber front, our goal is to reach stable production, meet international standards and stakeholder expectations. But we know we cannot do it alone. So we partnered the likes of Sodra, RenewCell, and Infinited Fiber Corporation. And in the area of clean manufacturing, we are working with Aalto University and Infinited Fiber Company to focus on clean closed-loop manufacturing technology. In March this year, we achieved a breakthrough in commercial production of recycled fiber. Phoenix is Sateri's marquee brand for recycled fiber, launched in June. It is now certified to the Recycled Claim Standard, or better known as RCS, which provides verification of recycled raw materials through the supply chain. RCS is intended for use with any products that contains at least 5% recycled material. But I'm very pleased to also announce that Sateri has successfully produced Phoenix viscose fiber with up to 20% recycled content. Okay, as mentioned earlier, we have also recently entered the lyocell market. We are starting with a 20,000 metric tons per annum capacity in Shandong. Our lyocell production commenced in May, and we plan to expand the production in other parts of China over the next few years. Furthermore, we just opened also a $48 million R&D center also in Shandong just last month. The center employs about 150 R&D scientists, professionals with materials science and chemical engineering expertise, as well as specialists in fiber technical production and operations. The center's activities will focus initially on laboratory tests for pulp selection, new and differentiated fiber product development, as well as quality and productivity improvements in lyocell production. This center also features a 5,000 ton per annum lyocell production line dedicated for pilot trials. In the near future, the center will undertake projects to explore frontier next generation fiber solutions and other related downstream innovation. So I've come to an end of our presentation, and I would like to close by sharing that Sateri adopts what we call the 5C approach in our business pursuit. That whatever we do must be good for the community, the country, the climate, and the customer, because only then will it be good for the company. Okay, thank you. I shall now unshare my screen and leave the floor open for any questions that you may have. Thank you.